Hey, so good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Annie Cuillerier. I'm an executive director here with Experior Financial Group. I've been with the company for a little bit over 2 years, and I have a team on both sides of the border in Canada and the United States. I am in Canada myself. I'm in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, but the majority of my team is in the United States. We now have over 100 licensed agents on the United States side. And in Canada, we're at around 20 some licensed agents. So who are we? We are an IMO in the United States, and in Canada, that's known as an MGA. So it's the same thing. So it's just basically an umbrella that we work under. And our head office in Canada is in Guelph, Ontario. And we started about 10 years ago here in Canada. And we now have over 3,000 licensed advisors. And we're the first Canadian MGA in history to open up in the United States. Typically, it's the opposite. They start off in the United States and expand to Canada. And our head office in the US is in Buffalo, New York. And we've now been in the US for about 3 years. And we're in all 50 states. So this is our mission statement: building financial foundations for families to empower them today and leave a legacy for tomorrow. So this stands true to what we do for our clients, but it also stands true for what we do for our agents here at Experior. And I will explain a little bit more later on how this legacy works. So here in Canada, these are some of the product partners that we have in order to help our clients. So if you are in Canada, I'm sure you recognize some of these names. We have Manulife here, Industrial Alliance, Benava, Desjardins, Foresters, Assumption Life. These are all big names. And in order to get the contracts with these carriers, they do their due diligence and make sure that our company is someone that they are willing to have us represent them. And on the US side, these are some of the product partners that we have on that side. So again, I'm sure you recognize many of these names. We have FNG, North American, National Life Group, AIG, and many more. So this is on the life side. In the US, we also have a Medicare division as well. And both in Canada and in the US, we have a securities division as well. So if you're securities licensed for mutual funds and all of that, we also have a department for that. So there's a lot of financial confusion that people face today. So when it comes to debt, their retirement, their investments, taxes, and just budgeting in general and everything. And the reason why most people fail financially, it's for three main reasons. The first one is there's no education. Unfortunately, when it comes to financial education, it's not something that is taught in school in Canada or in the US. They'll teach you how to get what you need to go get a job. But then once you get that job and have that paycheck in your hands, they don't tell you what to do. So unfortunately, most people are not properly advised. They are doing what their parents are doing, or just what they feel like doing, or what they think is the right thing to do. But they don't have that proper education. Another reason most people fail is they don't have a plan. So people plan for trips, they plan for parties, all sorts of things. But when it comes to their finances, we see this way too much. We have people, they're just living paycheck to paycheck. They get their paycheck. They're like, okay, I have this much. I'm going to pay off this bill, this bill, this bill. And then whatever's left, they just spend it. But they don't have a long-term plan. And they also don't have a coach. So that's when we come in. We're here to educate them, prepare a financial plan for them, and then coach them through it. And then revisit with our clients on a regular basis to make sure that this plan is still the proper plan for them. Because we all know things happen in life, things change. People might get a new job, they might have lost their job. They might have a child now and they didn't have kids before, or maybe now their kids are grown up and moved out. As their life changes, we need to adapt their plan and maybe make changes to it. So it's important for us to revisit that with our clients on a regular basis. And when it comes to insurance, if we look at this picture and we see this family, newborn baby, so what if one of those two parents would pass away unexpectedly? What would happen to that family? Maybe one of the parents is a stay-at-home parent and the other one is working, or maybe both are working. But regardless, if one of the two is gone, there's going to be a financial consequence for the family. The emotional side, I don't need to explain it to you. Everybody knows that. But there's also, on top of that, a big financial burden. If it's the breadwinner that's gone, then the rest of the family might end up homeless and have to, make a big lifestyle change. And even if it's a stay-at-home parent, because if it's the stay-at-home parent that passes away, well, now there's childcare that's going to be needed for those kids and so many other things that person is typically doing that now you need to hire someone to do. And most people, we see this a lot. You'll go on social media, you'll see these GoFundMe accounts all the time because people either are now sick, unable to work, or someone in their family passed away and they don't even have the money to cover the funeral. But what they didn't realize is that with life insurance, they could have avoided all of this, because life insurance, there's also critical illness insurance, disability insurance. So in Canada, those can be sold as separate policies, same as in the US, but often these are riders on a life insurance policy as well. And people don't know that sometimes for just the price of a coffee a day or less, they could have had that protection to make sure that their family is taken care of against the unexpected. And this is, in the US side, but statistics are very similar in Canada as well. So 46% of people living in the United States don't have life insurance. And of those who are uninsured, 53% say they don't know how to be properly insured. So they need our help. They need someone to guide them, sit down, see what their financial situation is, to then, recommend the best product for their specific need. And there are 102 million uninsured or underinsured Americans who know that they need more insurance or need insurance. So there's a really big need for what we do. And then when it comes to investments and retirement, if we look at this, 74% of people retire with less than $100,000 in retirement savings. So I don't know about you, but if we look at $100,000, how long do you think that could last you in retirement in today's economy with inflation? You might say, yeah, but I'll also have government benefits and this and that. Okay, but still, even being very frugal and being very careful, $100,000 will not last long. And that's 74% of people that have less than that at retirement. So again, these are people who failed to plan, failed to prepare, and they didn't have that person to coach them and show them what they needed to do to reach those goals, to have that proper retirement that they need and deserve. So what we do is we educate our client. So one of the big rules when it comes to investments is the rule of 72. So the way the rule of 72 works is we take 72 and we divide it by the percentage, like the rate of return on their investment. So let's say, for example, a client has their money sitting in a savings account. And let's say they're earning 1% interest. We would take that 72 divided by 1. That gives us 72. So that means every 72 years, their money will double. So that's not a very good investment if it takes 72 years to double your money. So here I'm going to show you, so Albert Einstein called compound interest the eighth wonder of the world. So if we look here at a 29-year-old who made a one-time investment of $10,000, if their money was invested at 4%, we take that 72 divided by 4, that gives us 18. So that means in this case, their money will be doubling every 18 years. Much better than every 72 years, like in a savings account. But by age 65, they'd have $40,000. If that same money would be invested at 6%, it would double every 12 years, 8%. So this is what's interesting. A lot of people think, oh, if my money is invested at 8%, well, that's double 4%. So I'll have double the money. But no, that's not the case, because if we take 72 divided by 8, it means our money doubles every 9 years. So by age 65, with that same initial $10,000 investment, that person will now have $160,000, which is 4 times more. And then if that investment would be earning 12%, it would double every 6 years. At retirement, with that same initial $10,000 investment, they now have $640,000. So this shows us the importance of having our money invested properly with good rates of return, the huge difference it makes. So when it comes to our financial house, okay, we help our clients find out what their FIN number is. So FIN number means that financial independence number. So that's the amount of money they need to have in investments or savings in order to have the retirement that they are looking for. So when it comes to your financial house, the most important thing, same as if we're building a real house, is the foundation, right? Because that's what holds everything up. And insurance is what will create that strong foundation. Because without insurance, if something unexpected happens, the whole house could crumble. And we all know that in life, unexpected things happen all the time. You know, I don't care who you are. If you tell me that in your life, everything always went exactly as planned, I don't think I'd believe you, because unexpected things happen all the time. So insurance is very important to have that solid foundation. I've often had clients that tell me, oh, I don't need insurance because I have investments. But weren't those investments for your retirement? And then they're like, yes. And I'm like, okay, let's say you become sick and unable to work for a year. How long will it take you to pull that money out and use it up? And that money that you pulled out in that 1 year that you weren't working, how long will it take you to get that back inside? Are you willing to postpone your retirement by 10 years or even more? And they don't think about that. They just think, oh, but I have that money. Yes, but that had a purpose. So again, insurance, very important for everyone, even if you have investments. So we also help our clients with mortgage insurance and different things to help plan for them to acquire real estate or whatever their goals are. We can look at their 401ks, IRAs, which in Canada are RRSPs. There's also the Roth IRAs, which in Canada we call our TFSAs. So we look at all of these different types of investments, non-qualified, and there's also investment potential inside different insurance products as well that have a lot of advantages. So again, we sit down with our client, do that financial needs analysis, and find what would be the best strategy for their specific situation. So we simplify the complicated by empowering families with education. So through our financial needs analysis. So this is software that all agents here with Experior have access to in our back office, and we can use this tool to build this complete financial plan for our clients, and we offer this free of charge. And this gives them a roadmap to reach their goals. So imagine the peace of mind we can offer our clients when they are now protected with insurance. Their debt is under control because part of our financial analysis includes a debt portion. We include all their debts in there, and then we help them restructure their debt payments to get out of debt faster and save money on interest. We're helping them with their investments and also with children's plans. So for their children's post-secondary education. And that in Canada can be done through our ESPs, but on both sides of the border, it can also be done through the use of different insurance products as well. And again, retirement is another thing we help them plan towards. So if we look at this, who do you think needs what we do? As far as I'm concerned, everybody needs what we do. So now I'm going to go, so this is what we can do for our clients. But now what's the opportunity here at Experior for our agents? So Experior is a unique tribrid system. So what we did is our founders, Jamie and Leanne Prickett, when they created Experior, they looked at all the different business models for insurance agents out there. And they saw that all the different models had strong points, and they picked the strong points of each one and they got rid of the rest. So as a insurance agent, there are career or captive agencies. So in Canada, we have Investors Group, Sun Life, and a few others. In the US, New York Life, Farmers, there are quite a few. The advantages of these captive agencies is they have strong training, they have a great support program in place, and they have that brand recognition. But they have limited product offering because the agents can only offer the products from that one carrier. And they don't have any expansion program. You can't build your own agency under their umbrella. And they have a limited exit strategy, which means if you leave them, they keep your clients, they keep all the hard work that you've done. You just walk away and start again somewhere else. And then we have the MGAs, or known as IMOs in the United States. These companies give you access to many products, you own your own clients, and they offer higher compensation. So those were great points that Experior wanted to keep, but they have limited agency ownership. Many of them have no brand recognition. And when it comes to training, you're basically on your own. Many of them don't offer that much training. It all depends on who there's there, but you're basically left on your own. And then we have the networking or franchise models. So we have the Primerica's, the WFG. They help you develop multiple agencies. They have that system, and you have national expansion opportunities. But many of them, unfortunately, have brand or image issues. And a lot of times the highest compensation goes to the top and not the agent starting off. And because of that, they have a lot of issues with retention. So a lot of turnover. And the training all depends on the group that you happen to be part of. Who is your upline? So here at Experior, we kept the best and we left the rest. So we do offer strong training. We have training at our team level. And then our team, we're part of Darren Golka's team. So we also have access to all his training. And there's also training at the corporate level. And every Thursday in both Canada and the United States, we have product on Thursday training. So we have different insurance carriers that come to present different products that they have. So we have lots and lots of training. And we have access to many products. As I showed you earlier, we have many carriers that we can offer, so we can always find the best product for our client. And by offering the best product for our client, they know that what they have truly fits their needs, and it makes it that much harder for another agent to come behind and replace or change the plan you just did for that client. And we have good compensation here. I'll go over compensation a little bit later. And we have the opportunity to develop you can build your own agency here, and you truly own your own agency and you own your clients. And we have international expansion opportunities. As I mentioned, I'm in Canada, but I also have a large team in the United States. And in the US, agents in the US can also build an agency on the Canadian side. And we have expansion plans for the future to go into Latin America, Europe, and eventually become global. So here we have an industry-wide opportunity. Because we took the best of all those different models, we are able to attract licensed agents. We're also able to attract agency owners. We've had many people that already had a big team somewhere else that just moved their whole team over here to Experior. And we have a great apprenticeship program for non-licensed agents, people who are just starting out in the industry. We have great training and support for them as well. So in other companies, typically they will only be able to attract brand new people to the industry. And that is great because we do need a lot more people in this industry. But they are not able to attract people with already experience, which we can do here. And the question a lot of people have is, can I make money here? Well, as a part-time agent, helping 2 to 3 families a month, you could make $24,000 or more a year. So if you're brand new to the industry, recently licensed, or in the process of getting licensed, you will have a trainer with you every step of the way, and you can start earning money while you're learning. And you go at your own pace. You set your schedule. You decide how many hours you want to put in. As a full-time agent, you could easily make a 6-figure income here. And you can have, in this industry, we also have residual income. So for example, if I'm placing an insurance policy on a client, I get an initial commission, but then every year after that, for as long as that policy remains in force, I do get a residual commission. So even if you wouldn't build a team, and every single year you would see the same amount of clients and sell the same amount of, the same dollar amount of insurance every single year, your income will increase because of those renewal commissions. And you have ownership. So from day one here, you own your book of clients. So should you decide to leave Experior, you bring your book of clients with you to where the other company where you're going, and you can continue to get that residual income from those policies and those investments as well. And then as an agency owner, if you decide to build your agency, bring more agents, help train them and help them build their own business here, our income potential is unlimited. You can earn overrides. So how that works is if I'm helping train an agent, then every sale they make, I will also get a percentage as a commission for that sale. Okay, but the agent that's writing the sale here will get the biggest commission. There are other companies out there that the trainer, sometimes somebody starting out is just starting out at a 25% in the US, or in Canada, commissions are calculated differently. It's FYC plus a bonus. So, but many times, yeah, they start very low and then the trainer is earning 3 times that. We don't feel that's fair. And we want to make sure that our agents are properly compensated from the very beginning. So that increases our retention. And when you look at it as a business owner, like myself, an agency owner, if my agents earn 3 times more, do you think they'll be more motivated to try to sell more? Of course they will. So I prefer that they earn more on every sale, and I earn a little bit less, but they will stay and they will be motivated to continue to produce and sell more, because they're not starving because every sale they make, they're just making, pennies. So this is our compensation grid. So for this one, this is the Canadian one. Okay. When it comes to getting promoted here, it's the same on both sides of the border. So when you start off, all you need is to get licensed. And in Canada, it's first year commission plus a 40% bonus. In the United States, I have it on my next slide, but in the US, they start at a 70% commission. And then I won't go into the details of going up to the different levels, but as you can see from the very beginning, you own your clients, you own your book of clients. And once you become an executive director, and you only need 7 active licensed agents to qualify to become an executive director, as well as some production, you then become owner of your agency and you get shares in the company. So you become part owner of the whole company as a whole. So that's true ownership. So this is the same slide, but for the United States. So our brand new agents start off at a 70%. And as an executive director, it's 115, but with bonuses for production, they can earn up to 130 on their personal pen. In the United States, we also have a partnership with Brightpoint Associates, which is a group of CPAs that help our clients who are business owners apply to get the employee retention credit. So when it comes to this, because it's a referral product, there's no need for we don't need a license. So if you have an agent that you just brought on, they're in the process of getting licensed, studying for their exam, they can already start earning an income with this program by helping them get that government grant. So that's a grant that the US government created to help business owners who were open during the pandemic. Because as we all know, during the pandemic, because of shutdowns, supply chain disruptions, and different things, a lot of business owners suffered financially. And if we look here, this is just to give you a quick example of the commission that can be earned from this program with the employee retention credit. So let's say it was a business owner with 25 employees, and they qualified for the maximum, which is $26,000 per employee. There's a commission, a percentage they need to pay to that CPA firm for having done all of the paperwork and applying and everything for them. That business owner will get $520,000. And yourself as an agent, if you're brand new, just started off or not licensed yet, you will have made an initial commission for just bringing them over of $576, which we see in the bottom left corner. And if that business owner qualified and got the refund that we saw above, you would get an additional $18,720. And then if you're a senior financial associate, you would have received $20,280. As a senior manager, $21,840, and as an executive director, $24,960. So these are big commissions, and the amount of work required for this is very minimal because it's a referral. So we basically just give the contact information to this group of CPAs and they take care of the rest. But this is temporary, just so you know, because this government grant was for businesses who are open during COVID. And I believe it's April of 2024 will be once, by then, if they haven't applied, it'll be too late for them to apply at that point. So to get back to our ownership here of our business. So as I mentioned, we have true ownership. So just like if you open up a restaurant, you own it. So if you would pass away, does the restaurant just disappear? No. Your family could either take charge and keep working, or they could sell it, right? They'd have something from it. Here in the financial industry, many companies, as an agent, if you would pass away, then all your clients and all your business just moves up to them. Your family might be lucky and get a bouquet of flowers and a little card, wishing you well, but that's it. Here we have true ownership. So once you become an executive director, you own your business. So should I pass away tomorrow, as of now, none of my children are licensed, they will be able to inherit my business. They would get 75% of my residual income from my whole agency, everything is producing, and all my renewals for 10 years. And that legacy program can expand up to 75% indefinitely. So my children will be able to will it to their children and so on. But this legacy program that we have can also be activated should you become disabled or decide, you know what, I don't want to renew my license, I don't want to do anything anymore, and I want to retire. We can activate it as a retirement plan as well, which is very unique in this industry. And we can also earn, as I mentioned, we can earn shares in the company. So not only do you own your agency and your business, you now own a part of the whole company, Experior. So you might wonder, can I do this? Like, I don't know anything about this industry. I'm brand new. Yes, as I mentioned, we have a lot of support and training, and you can start part-time. And someone who's new to the industry, that's what I would recommend. Just start part-time. And then as your business grows, once you see that your income here is replacing your other income, then you can do the transition to full-time. So as I mentioned, there's no experience required. We have hands-on training and support. We have weekly webinar trainings. And if you're only part-time and those training times don't work for you, all of the trainings are recorded and you can access them at a later time. And our training not only includes products and sales techniques, but also personal and business development. So everything you need to build a solid business here. And we also have product knowledge groups. So we have Telegram groups. So let's say you're sitting with a client and you have a question and you're reaching out to your trainer and they're not answering. Well, you could put your question in that group, and then we have it now in Experior, we have over 3,000 agents. They're all there and someone will respond to you very quickly and you'll have your answer. And we also offer a discounted licensing course. So if you're not licensed yet, new to the industry, if you register with us first, we can help. We have a discounted price for the course, for the licensing. And we have a marketing team here at Experior. So if you have marketing ideas to build your business, you can send your ideas to them and they will help you develop it and make it even better and make sure that it's compliant before you share it on social media. So here it just shows you, this is just to show you an example of some of the people who make over $100,000 here with Experior. There are many, many more that are not on this slide, but it's just to show you that we have people from all different backgrounds. Darren and Stephanie Golka, they now have over 1,100 licensed agents in their team. They used to be franchise owners. Andrea Rogers here. She used to be a school teacher, and now she's moved to Jamaica and she runs her business from there. So she's just enjoying the tropical paradise and just, I think she's kind of semi-retired, but she's not putting in as many hours anymore, but she doesn't need to, and it's doing great. And then we have others. He was a heavy duty mechanic. We have a forklift driver, bus driver, accountants, stay-at-home moms, servers. We have people from all different walks of life who have joined us and have had success here. So here, you have the option finding yourself a job or owning your business. Okay. So let's say you stay at your job. Where will you be 3 to 5 years from now? So if you keep doing what you're doing today, where will you be in those 3 to 5 years? So you have two options. You can continue the same way you're doing and maybe give up on your dreams, or you can challenge yourself to grow and make a change and join us here, and we can help you build your own business here in the financial industry. So you have the options. So the first option is learn how our financial concepts and strategies could work in your own situation and help build that financial plan for yourself. Second option is start our part-time training program and get going in the business. Or the third option is to do both. So if I would encourage you to just reach out to the person that invited you to this event today if you have any questions, and they will be happy to help you. And what I will do now is I'll stop recording. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask your questions.